What's up guys, and welcome back to Fulham Career Mode episode number 12. Now, as it's Friday today, and obviously football is tomorrow on Saturday, and Sunday really, I'm actually going to do my commentary a bit different. I'm going to actually talk about the Championship today. As I've said before, I actually support Hull City, as I live around there, and I go quite a lot to be fair. But I'm actually going to talk about the Championship today and how it's kind of ending up and who's kind of coming out the best at. But anyway, we're going to start with people that are at the top of the league, the team, Brighton. Now, obviously Brighton are first with 41 points. Middlesbrough is behind them with 39. Derby's then on 37. Hull's on 35 and Burnley's on 34. So it's kind of them five teams really that's kind of competing for the first place so far. Anyway, I'm going to talk about Brighton. You know, Brighton last season, I think they finished very low down at around 18th, 17th. So I was actually really surprised how they've gone unbeaten so far with 19 games played. They've done unbelievable. I mean, obviously they've brought in a few new players, but the players that they brought in actually, I didn't think they'd actually be that good. I mean, they got a new left wing called Murphy. They bought him from Sheffield United. I mean, that's a league below. And then Sheffield United didn't do exactly well. They're not doing exactly good now. But anyway, their actually next three fixtures are actually quite hard ones. They're away to Derby County, away to QPR, and then at home to Middlesbrough. So them three fixtures are definitely going to be challenging their unbeaten start so far. With the fact where could Brighton finish, I don't know. It's been predicted that they'll finish fourth, but I don't know. We'll see. I think at the end, towards the end of Christmas, and after these three hard games where they'll be and how they'll end up more. Because the thing is, if they can still go unbeaten through them three fixtures, then you've got to think they must be able to easily win the league. But anyway, now we're going to talk about second place, and that's Middlesbrough. Obviously, Middlesbrough got beaten in the playoff final to Norwich last year by 2-0, which was unlucky for them. Again, they're only 2 points off top. They've been, for the last 2-3 seasons, they've been up there. But apart from that, they've started recently just come a good team again. But they was quite lucky because I was actually at the game Hull City v Middlesbrough where Hull City beat them 3-0. And I'm actually surprised that they're actually only 2 points off the top because they was absolutely rubbish then. I mean, they've only lost 4 games, and I'm quite surprised really because they were such a bad team when they played us. So I'm actually very surprised how they are second. But anyway, their next fixtures are home against Birmingham, home against Burnley, and away to Brighton. So again, hard fixtures. I mean, Burnley and Brighton, obviously they're pushing for promotion. And Birmingham, there was around that mix, but they've actually dropped us to 8, and are quite behind the pack now. At the start of the season, there was actually second for quite a bit. But anyway, now third place Derby. Obviously they picked up a bit of form. You know, they didn't start the season well. They've come really well after the international break and so on. They're actually only 4 points off the top, and they've only lost 2 games, which is really good. The thing is with Derby is they seem to draw a lot of games. You know, they've won 10 and drawn 7. So it's either they need to just be a bit more clinical in front of goal, or they need to just defend a bit better. Because to be fair, they've actually conceded the less goals apart from the top 5, which is really good to be fair. They've conceded the less goals out of everyone. But they haven't scored the most, you know. They're the lowest scoring with the top 5. So you could argue it's maybe the scoring bit, because actually their main striker Chris Martin, he was actually injured for a while, so you could argue maybe without him they're not as good. Anyway, their next 3 fixtures, obviously home against Brighton, home against Bristol City, and away to Ipswich. The Derby Brighton game, I mean, it's the biggest game of the season so far, I think. I mean, the two I think they're the two best sides in the league at the moment. So you could argue it could go either way. I'm, as a Hull City fan, hoping for a draw. But like I said, it could go either way. Then obviously, at home against Bristol City, should easily win that. But the thing is with the Championship, anyone can win anyone. That's the good thing about the Championship. That's why it's so entertaining. And the last third fixtures against Ipswich away, Ipswich, they're a bit of a weird side this year. You know, they're not doing as well as they did last year. They're still in ninth. They've started to pick up a bit of form, which is good. But I think they should as well win that game. But anyway, to my team, Hull City, sat in fourth. You know, international break has actually ruined us. We lost David Myler, you know, Dawson's been injured, and you can see us, it's really suffering, you know. We haven't won yet after the international break. We drew against Bristol City, we lost against Derby, and we just lost against Leeds. So, you know, it's not very good. If we got maximum points from all them games, we'd be definitely near the top. I mean, we're on 35 now, and if we obviously had 8 more points, we would actually be top. So it's had damage to us a bit. I'm a bit frustrated because, like I said, international break, before that, we was outstanding. We hadn't lost in 10, we only conceded 1 goal, and we were playing fantastic football. But now it's just we've dropped off a bit, and I don't know what's wrong. It's maybe because we're missing some of our key players, or it's just we've come back a bit tired. But anyway, our next fixtures are Bolton at home, Reading at home, and Rotherham away. And to be fair, guys, they're all winnable games, and we should be winning them. No doubt about that. You know, Bolton and Rotherham, they're battling to stay up, and Reading, they're just kind of a mid-table side at the moment. But they did actually start the season off very well, but they've just dropped off. So, but I do think they're all winnable games. Now on to 5th place team, Burnley. They're on 34 points. At the start of the season, everyone was like, oh, Hull City, Burnley, top 2. But obviously, we're both sat in 4th and 5th now. With Burnley, I think, I've watched them a bit this season, and they seem to not score as many and concede more. So you could argue they might maybe just finish in playoffs, maybe miss out, because you've got teams like Cardiff and Sheffield Wednesday that, you know, they're playing well at the moment, and they're coming for the playoff spots, as they're only a few more points behind us, and with a few wins and a few drop points with Burnley and Hull, they'll definitely be able to reach us. But anyway, their next fixtures are QPR away, Middlesbrough away, and also Charlton at home. So you could argue again, they are quite hard games. You know, you think the Charlton game would be an easy winnable game, but the QPR away and Middlesbrough away, they'll be very hard to pick up points. With the overall, how they'll end up, I don't know, to be fair, guys. I didn't expect Brighton to go unbeaten all this season. I expected Brighton, Burnley, Hull, Derby, Middlesbrough to all be up there, but not really Brighton. I expected QPR to be up there, to be fair, but they've not done very well this season at all. You know, they've just brought in a new manager, and hopefully they'll pick up some form. With relegation, I didn't expect Bolton to be down how they were, and also, you know, other teams with Charlton, I didn't expect them to be down, because I think they finished quite mid-table last year, which is surprising. But with maybe relegation, I do think at the moment it's looking like Bolton and Rotherham definitely is going to go down. Who follows them, I don't know. But with going up, you definitely got to think Middlesbrough, because don't get me wrong, they did lose 3-0 to Hull, but I do still think that they'll maybe get promotion somehow. I don't think they'll get first. I think they might reach second, or if they get in the playoffs, I think they'll definitely go up. With Brighton, I actually do agree with their predictions. I do think they'll drop off, you know. These 3 games are going to really test them, and I'm glad they are, because they've had some easy games, you know. They've played us, which is Hull City, which is that could be considered as a hard game, but they scored early, and that's killed the game off, really. But we haven't played very well, you know. You need the big sides to play well against big sides, because you're not going to win. But as it's shaping up, I do think Middlesbrough's definitely going to go up, and I think maybe I'm going to say Derby and Burnley's going to go up with them. That's my predictions. But anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed this episode. Please leave the like button if you have. Subscribe if you are new, and I'll be seeing you guys later. Peace.